The Iraqi army says it's taken full control of the city of Kirkuk and pushed Kurdish Peshmerga fighters out. It was described as a declaration of war by the Kurdish military, which vowed a heavy response.
Thank God, our combat spirit is very high. We have been searching for the Peshmerga fighters since yesterday.
Who are you searching for exactly?
The fighters who haven't left the city yet. Nearly 8 Peshmerga fighters were killed at the beginning, and since then we haven't found anyone.
So nothing happened besides this?
Of course, no. They tried to resist. They opened fire at us, but no one was hurt.
Local journalist Mahmoud Ibrahim described the situation there now.
Iraqi army has attacked the city last night from the city of Kirkuk from 3 sides. Some Peshmerga units have pulled back from their units and let the Iraqi army enter the city from Maktab Khalid and from the Tel Ward and other places to the southern east of part of the city. And some casualties have fallen from both sides. They are talking about 12 casualties from Hashd al-Shabi people mobilization units and talking about 10 of Peshmerga.
The Iraqi government says the move was to increase security, but the oil-rich city's been under the control of Kurdish forces since 2014. That's when the Iraqi army fled the area to escape Islamic State. Ilya Petrenko has more next than on how the war on terror in Iraq has now turned into a battle for territory.
Gunshots in one of the largest cities in the north of Iraq that had nothing to do with terrorists. I mean, it's about the terrorists not being there anymore. After the Kurdish units, also known as Peshmerga, and the Iraqi army and co were largely successful against ISIL, it is now all about showing who's boss in northern Iraq, and in particular in Kirkuk. Back in 2014, the Kurds basically took full control of it, while the Iraqi army were hopelessly losing the country to Islamic State. I'm not saying these latest Kirkuk clashes put Iraq on the brink of a new civil war, although the Peshmerga General Command did call it a declaration of war on the people of Kurdistan. But here's what the U.S. Central Command called the takeover of a whole city after a fierce gun battle and masses of locals fleeing the area.
Coalition forces are aware of reports of a limited exchange of fire. We believe engagement this morning was a misunderstanding and not deliberate, as 2 elements attempted to link up under limited visibility conditions.
Clearly, this is a difficult time for the United States. The Kurds have been important players in the struggle against ISIS, so has the Iraqi army. And although the U.S. does not recognize it, but popular mobilization forces have also played an important role. So now the U.S. finds itself in a difficult position. This is going to make it very difficult for the Trump administration to resolve this issue very quickly.
Across the border in Syria, similar story. The Kurdish units have done a great job in taking over land from Daesh. And no matter what the government in Damascus has to say, they want to keep it, period.
We will never hand it over. Our law is clear. The land that runs with the blood of martyrs belongs to the people, and we will not hand it over to any force.
The battle against ISIS is, if not finished, it's largely finished, and they've been able to come up with a plan. The war of words got hotter and hotter, and they have moved special forces. But it's oil. It's about oil. This is very important for Iraq to take a city which they believe is theirs, the government, and to establish very quickly, now that their military is stronger, has proven itself against ISIS, has become organized and a greased machine, that they wanted to strike while the iron is hot.